You ever feel like you've taken a massive leap of faith only to end up right back where you started, or maybe even worse off? Well, today we're jumping into the story of Martin Buddercker. It's a classic tale of entrepreneurial highs and some seriously gut-wrenching lows. But inside it, there's a powerful blueprint for bouncing back. So let's break down exactly how he did it.
So, our story kicks off in a pretty safe, predictable place. Martin was an industrial engineer over in Germany, working for a big company. You know the type, a solid, stable career path, the kind of job you'd think you'd hang on to forever. But yeah, Martin's journey took a bit of a sharp turn. He walked away from all that security to go chase his dream. And after a whole series of ups and downs, he found himself not just out of a job, but fired from 2 different corporate gigs in the same year. And this is where his story gets really, really interesting.
So, how in the world does a trained industrial engineer end up on a path like this? Well, it all started with a chance encounter. Back in his university days, he stumbled upon an online marketing course, and that one little spark set off a decade-long journey away from the traditional 9-to-5.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? I mean, despite all his formal training in engineering and management, Martin was just driven by this deep-seated desire to build something for himself. The safety of a steady paycheck, it just couldn't compete with that pull toward entrepreneurship.
All right, let's take a look at the wild road he traveled. Martin's path was just a series of super promising ventures, followed by absolutely crushing setbacks. It's a journey that I think a lot of entrepreneurs out there will find painfully familiar.
This timeline just lays out the chaos so perfectly. He starts his own software company, but that doesn't quite work out. So then he pivots to affiliate marketing, which is basically earning a commission for promoting other people's products. And boom, he finds massive success during the pandemic with just one single piece of software. But when that software's hype died down, so did his income, which forced him back to the corporate world, only to get let go. Twice. What a ride.
And just think about the sheer risk here for a second. At his absolute peak, Martin's entire business was basically banking on one thing. Somewhere between 80 and 90% of his income was coming from promoting just one single affiliate offer.
So here's the crucial takeaway, right? When the sales for that one piece of software just fell off a cliff, his whole business model was totally exposed. The foundation wasn't diversified at all. It was built on this one shaky pillar, and when that thing crumbled, his whole world was at risk.
So after hitting what had to feel like rock bottom, how did he manage to turn it all around? This is the best part, where the crisis actually transforms into this huge, profound breakthrough.
Can you even imagine that feeling? After getting let go from his second corporate job in a single year, Martin was just completely adrift. He had no clue what to do next. In that moment of total uncertainty, it forced him to just stop and really, really think about his next move.
But instead of just giving up, he started building. He actually went back to this old-school book on visualization, a cult classic from the 70s, but he gave it a modern twist using AI. Then he combined that with these powerful frameworks he learned from a former high-performance coach, and he ended up creating a brand new system to solve his own problem, a total lack of clarity.
Okay, this is where the comeback story really starts to take shape. Martin didn't just bounce back. He totally rebuilt his business from the ground up on a much stronger, more resilient foundation, all based on the tough lessons he learned. You can see he learned his lesson about diversification big time. He moved completely away from that super high-risk, single-income stream and instead designed this new, way more stable, 2-part business strategy.
And this just lays it all out so perfectly. So Pillar 1 is his original blog, findfocus.net, but now it's got a diversified affiliate strategy that's focused on solid, long-term SEO. Pillar 2 is his own creation, clarityondemand.ai, the digital product that was born out of his own crisis. This model gives him both a steady income stream and the freedom to pursue his own passion project. It's brilliant.
So what can we actually take away from this whole crazy journey? Well, Martin basically distilled his entire experience into a few simple but really powerful frameworks that any of us can apply to get more focus and clarity.
First up, a framework from his coach. It boils down to 3 really simple but powerful questions. Number 1, what worked before? Okay, do that again. Number 2, what's working for you right now? Great, do more of that. And number 3, what is clearly not working? You got to find the courage to just stop doing it. Simple, right? But so effective.
And second, here's his own personal framework for change.
And it's not about raw willpower, it's about having a process. First, relate. Find a mentor or a leader you can actually connect with. Second, repeat. Consistently follow the steps they lay out for you. And third, through that repetition, you eventually get the results you're after. And that brings us to our final thought for today. Martin's story is just such a powerful reminder that our absolute lowest moments often contain the seeds of our greatest breakthroughs. So the question I want to leave you with is this: what opportunity might be hiding inside the challenge that you're facing right now?